Hi, we're here in South Africa in Hyde Park at Social Kitchen. It's a restaurant in a bookstore, and we're joined by Jason Josselsohn of the Concept Architect. He has over 17 years experience since qualifying at the University of Cape Town and across a broad range of the architectural field. He's worked on global projects, mixed use, commercial, residential, retail, resort. Welcome.
Thank you.
He's going to be talking to us about his great revelation of vision at Inception and why he's so excited about what it means to the architectural field. So Jason, normally what are the stages involved in the architectural process?
So normally there are 4 stages in the architectural process. The first stage is the design stage. The second stage is submissions to your local authorities, and the third and fourth stage is construction, documentation, and project management.
So now, do you specialize in one of these areas?
So the reason why we're here today, Lauren, is to discuss the conceptual design phase, which is the key to every project.
So why would you say it's the key?
So the DNA of every project starts in the conceptual phase, obviously because it's the genesis of a project. So the beginning of a project is the most critical point of a project. So it has a knock-on effect to the rest of the process that plays out over time.
So we're talking architecture, so we're talking images, we're talking drawings. So at concept stage, you'd have to have some sort of drawing to communicate the vision of a project, is that right?
Normally, traditionally, a conceptual phase, there are drawings, and normally they are very rough and sketchy. So the secret behind the methodology that we've come up with is that at a conceptual phase, that the drawings become the generator, and they can only become the generator of the project if they're more refined and more evocative.
Because I imagine not everybody has a visionary eye. That some people can look at a rough sketch and get the picture, but other people actually need to see a much clearer example. Can we take a look at some images?
Absolutely. If we take a look at these images, you can take a look. This is a tower that was designed in Tel Aviv a couple months back. So here are the conceptual drawings. We sat in a boardroom meeting and we came up with these black drawings. There's also a drawing here that has a bit of blue in. These are very conceptual. These were done over 20 minutes. And these drawings needed to be given to the client the same day. And so I took these drawings and reinterpreted them as to the client's needs. And this is the quality. This is the concept that we presented the following day, and the concept was very rich. It was a very rich image, it was very evocative, and it had a lot of meat in it to drive the process further.
So what I can see in the difference, the drawings that you produced the following day look like brochure quality images. So there's no guessing around what the project's going to look like. It catches the vision, it catches it immediately, and evokes that emotional response when you're pitching.
Exactly. The key is to create a sense of exceeding your client's expectations at that first meeting. Because if you do that, it ignites the whole knock-on effect of the process of the rest of your design project.
So when a client's come, and whether they have a vague idea or whether they just have the land, as the architect, when you're pitching the concept, you can either come with kind of the black and white and the more sketched and the highlighted, or you can come with what we saw, what you produced for the next day. And I mean, there's no argument. You much more get drawn into the professional, polished image.
Absolutely. The whole idea is to create the vision, and to create the vision as full as it can be right at the beginning. The final project might not look like the vision, but the vision is realistic, is a realistic representation of what could be. So it stimulates and ignites all processes that come next, including the most important one, which is the financial aspect of the project. So the more excited you get someone, the quicker they are to supply the money to inject into your process.
So it really sounds like what you're bringing to the table is an ignition to the entire process.
The secret in architecture these days, due to technology and everyone having technology, is to be ahead of the pack and to ignite the process at the beginning and have those skills and those design skills and those technical skills at the beginning are key to winning more jobs.
I can see that, because if you come with a rough sort of this concept that demands more vision on the behalf of the person watching and looking, to now you bring something that spells it out and gives you a clear indication of exactly where you're heading, you're going to get more commitment and passionate commitment faster. Absolutely.
I mean, take a look. The same idea, if you said to your friend, it was his birthday, and it's an analogy, and you said to him, I'm going to buy you a motorbike for your birthday, and he says, that's very nice, but you can also take a photograph of a Harley Davidson and show him on your cell phone, wow, take a look at this Harley Davidson, you know, this is what I'm going to get for your birthday. It's that difference. It's a difference between something that's more blurred as to something that's more clear and more refined.
So if this is so critical in terms of getting the momentum and getting a project happening, why aren't all architectural companies doing this? Why don't they just have that available as a resource in their organization?
It's a wonderful question. You know, architecture is a vast industry. However, within the architectural industry, everyone is great at planning. A lot of people are great at design, but the skills to create three-dimensional design at a rapid pace is hard to come by, and the resources are also very costly, a huge cost to company. So you normally don't find many people that do conceptual design, but they do exist. However, we provide the service of having a concept design studio that just specializes in conceptual design, and we facilitate and service most architects within our country and abroad.
Sure, so what I'm hearing you say is that it's not just about having the software knowledge, you also have to have those design expertise, and this is quite a niche to find someone who offers both of those, and this is what you're bringing to the table.
Absolutely. When you take a look at the younger generation, they are phenomenal at using software, and yes, there are those that are exceptional at design and using software. However, in the industry, you also need experience. It's the difference between having a pencil and doing a rough sort of sketch, as opposed to using the same pencil and creating a masterpiece. And that comes with a lot of time and a lot of experience of different types of industry models, like residential, commercial, resort, hospitality, which is resort, but it comes with having experience within those realms over many years.
So I can see why you're so excited, because now you're offering any architectural development house the opportunity to access you as a resource, as a solution for them. So they want to have that tailored, that professional imagery. They don't need to have a fixed cost to company. There you are. You're an outsourced virtual studio providing a solution to them, a concept design solution.
That's the key to our success. Is that
I'd like to find out about collaboration opportunities, gain access to having amazingly evocative imagery available at concept stage that'll help excite the team, that'll get the financial commitment, absolutely accelerate the design process. All the details for Concept Architect Studio down below. You can contact via Skype, via email, and the team looks forward to hearing from you.
Thanks, Lauren. Thanks.